All right, how's everybody feel tonight? Yours truly, James Hayden, your commentator, DJ, MC, and other such felonious titles. This is the Crusader Radio and Podcast Talk Show. We love to promote our conservative view. We are put on by the Civis Gravis Society, civisgravis.org. We always thank our emergency responders and our military personnel who keep us healthy, alive, and safe. And as always, yet again, our job, why you're here, why we're all talking, we got to turn these nasty sheeple that are taking political craps all over the place back into human beings, people. How's everybody doing? Quite a week. Oh, we have a new president. Oh, a long time ago, there was I'm going back to like the early 80s. On our local television, there was this guy who would introduce cartoons after school. He would be the guy, well, next we got this. And he'd always make this expression, and it's the expression I feel every time I say that Joe Biden is my president. Ayah. It just leaves me silent. See, I'm starting to throw up in my mouth a little bit. Anyways, tonight we are completely script-free because pretty much there's just a ton of things for us to go over. What's been going on and why. We have a dementia patient who is a president. I think it's really funny that the libtard lefty dem morons want to brag about putting a man with dementia into office. As soon as they can't give him any more steroids and amphetamine, he's going to go back to being... And that's what happened. They were able to give him steroids, which went to work on his brain, and then to get him to think faster and more competently, which isn't really working. Come on, man. Why are you going to ask that question? Joe Biden has problems. But they planned it that way because once all that starts to fade away, you know what happens. The Kamala Harris monster takes control, and you will be a Chinese communist. You will love that red flag, and you will love her communist heart. Hallelujah. So I guess tonight's show is we're going to go over what our illustrious, competent president has been up to. He took down Winston Churchill's bust. There's a man you don't want to look to for inspiration. In the hour of seeing his doom, his country's doom by Hitler, he still stood brave and basically said, I'd rather die than surrender. That's not Joe. Because you got Premier Xinjiang of China. And Joe's going to bend over and grab his ankles and give him the pink part. I don't believe I just said that. Glad I checked explicit. Because it's hard to say anything nice. In my political universe, I certainly don't have a bunch of rainbows, butterflies, and daisies. More like I got a pussy willow for a president. Putin must be overjoyed with himself. The first thing we'll start to talk about politically is, I I think the smartest thing that we could do is make sure gas prices are astronomically expensive. Let's shut down the pipeline, Bob. You're the next contestant on You're Stupid. So we have this extreme overabundance of oil. As the Arabs are cranking theirs out, we've been sitting on ours, and we have an extreme amount. And no, we don't make all of our oil. Not even, I think we make 7% of the domestic oil available for purchase, and that offers enough competition that it keeps our gas prices low. If you want to see what we're in for, take a look at British gas prices. You'll understand why they drive cars that are no bigger than a roller skate. So let's see, in the news, Biden signs executive orders on stimulus checks, food stamps, and minimum wage. I guess we're going to get a third stimulus of $1,400. Hoorah. I guess I have mixed feelings on that because, in one hand, the United States can't afford to take on that debt. And on the other hand, there's a lot of people that are sinking fast, have real problems. Let's see. Biden signs executive orders. Again, food stamps, missing stimulus checks. What do we do about that? Let's hope the missing ones end up in my pocket. Just kidding. Executive order on preventing and combating discrimination on the basis of gender identity. I don't think anyone gives a crap anymore. I don't think this is actually an issue. The days of what they call rolling queers are long gone. That era of degeneration and violence is behind us. We're passing more laws that really don't need to be. Enforce the 200 laws you've already got on the books. Again, I don't promote violence or harming these people, but again, I don't believe we need to waste any more time and any more money making any more laws that you're never going to enforce properly anyways. But that's what we get for having a moron for a president. Let's see. Joe Biden's first day began the end of girls' sports, according to the Wall Street Journal. Something about he's probably going to try and defund that educationally. But even though the Wall Street's saying that, I don't much really believe in that. And if anybody's wondering where I'm getting my information, I'm going through a basic news feed ticker, and it adds everything. The Times, CNN, Fox, places I've never heard of, CNBC. Yeah, what's Fox got to say? I have to say that Fox is letting me down. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed with Fox because of how Hawley and Cruz are being treated. Those two guys should be treated as heroes by all conservatives. Number one, right now in this time, we need some conservative heroes. Trump is not the only hero. He's not president anymore. He no longer has political influence. It sucks, but now there's other people. There's other people who are actually going to sacrifice careers, money, and esteem. Trump just goes back to business as usual. He'll come up with some idea for another TV show. He'll call it You're Hired instead of You're Fired, whatever. And he'll make $100 million more. His life goes on. If he doesn't like the United States, he can move anywhere in the world he wants. And there's a lot of countries that would love to have his business. But Cruz ain't going nowhere. Hawley ain't going nowhere. You know who took a lot of unfair defamation was, what's her name? The one that was running with McCain, Sarah Palin. They really lied, and we're just scumbaggery. That's what we're going to call it. The lefties use the magic spell of scumbaggery to make good people look bad. But don't worry, lefty, we're getting used to your tricks. Someday we'll have you trained. You talk about deprogramming us? Well, try to deprogram me. Because while you're trying to deprogram me, I'm training you. Sit down, lefty. Right over there. Good dog. Here's a bone. Let's see, Antifa claims destruction of property isn't violence. Of course they do. Because if they were actually charged with the crimes they've committed, Antifa as an organization would be considered and should be and is a terrorist organization, period. Their political momentum, rioting, and violence led to the death of children under 10, murdered by guns both on purpose and by accident. Shame on you fuckers, one and all. Of course, Trump is, inciting a riot because he was trying to inspire his people to not feel bad. But Biden can support mass murder, mass burnings, mass riotings, and he's not an instigator. Tell you what, in internet terms, he's an influencer. He influences a lot of bags of shit. And if you don't like the way I talk and you don't like my opinion, you can get yourself a box of tissues, take you and your delicate sensibilities, and take a fucking walk, lefty. This ain't the place for you to hang, son. And sister. What else we got here? Capitol rioter seen wearing horns makes a shocking claim that he's a shaman. It's funny how, the lefties are afraid of a half-naked man running around the public areas of the Capitol Hill with Viking horns and tattoos hanging out. That was nothing more than a college frat house prank that went wrong. But they're going to make that out to be a terrorist act. I wonder, do the lefties really believe in the lies they make up? And if they do believe in their own lies, how long is it that they go from knowing it's a lie they just created to actually believing it's the truth? I mean, for me, forever and ever, what will be a symbol and a picture in my mind of scumbaggery will be Kathy Griffin standing there with her fake Donald Trump head. That was an all-time new low for the douchebag generation. And that's what I call the lefties. I don't care if you were born in the 40s or you were born yesterday. You're the douchebag generation, the DBs, the big DB. Donkey bags. I'd make an ass out of myself, but I do a really good donkey sound effect. I'll have to save that for another show. So, let's see. What haven't I trashed yet? I'm doing a hell of a diatribe. What do you guys think? All right. So, how would you all like to wake up tomorrow and just find Donald Trump back in office and we're all living in a Republican heaven? Me too. Couldn't agree more. But then we wake up. Here's reality. We turn on the news and there's Joe Biden as president. And then I yell, "Oh God, why?" And God answers with, "The devil in the president's office." Oh, let's see. We're going to keep going down the feed here. What else we got? Rejoining the Paris Agreement makes sense to a former California governor. I'm not even going to give him airtime by saying his name. We know who the scumbag is. Let's see. Former CDC director. This is the most complicated vaccination program in history. No, it's not, because we've already gotten through the development stage. We have a vaccine. All we have to do is collect the resources at a factory, manufacture it. Then we call up all of the good pilots, truckers, train engineers, and we let those people do their good job of delivering the vaccine to all of us needy human beings. It's not hard to save the planet when you've already got the magic sword that kills the dragon. You people are morons. Really, is this what the lefties want us all to believe, that we're helpless and we should just give up and die?